Morning, Ed Jost.
Good morning, Stephen Rieker. Yeah, yesterday we had a little, I guess, technical difficulties there. Couldn't Stephen kind of zipped out, but today it looks like we're in a better shape, so we're going to make it happen.
Yes, sir. Let's do it.
So yeah. So anyway, as I said, I was up in New Jersey about maybe a month or so ago. I had the fortune of meeting Kim Hui. And when you're in the room with her, I'll tell you what, her energy and vision, and just when she talks about where 3Wellness is going, you really, it inspires you, and you believe she could take this company to $1 billion the way she did a previous company.
Absolutely.
So yeah, so we're gonna just go right with.
That's that on so. The fertile ground and how you're going to nurture them. When you spread the seed, sow the seed, you're going to follow up and follow through. How are things coming along for you? What can I do to help you? Are you plugging in? So once you sow the seed, make sure you teach them to plug into the system. What I mean by plugging the system is oftentimes in this business, most people engage in this business, they don't do it full-time in the beginning. They do it on a part-time basis. So when they do it on a part-time basis, they got to leverage their efforts. So how do you do that? Make sure that you tell them to listen, there's a whole system in place, how you can leverage to grow and build your business. Like these Global Monday calls, right? And we also have our Tuesday empowerment calls, such as today. And then we have a Wednesday wellness talk show, right? So these are put in place to help you build your business from exposing the business to building belief, learning, gaining skills, building belief. Like Wellness Talk Wednesday, it's a great platform for people to say, you know what, to gain credibility. You have medical professionals, healthcare professionals that talk about the product and have testimonials. When people look at it, they hear it outside of you, besides you to hear from third party. They go, wow, this is really amazing. So teach them to leverage the system. Okay, so now, another thing I want to talk about is this. A lot of people are really good at recruiting. They're really good at bringing people into business. But I want to talk about a couple of other things. It's important before I bring on my guest. One of them is called tap rooting. Okay. So in this business, as you go out there and sponsor people, let's say you brought a few people into business. So what you see, I'm being a little farm girl today. So what you see as you go out there and farm, let's say you build a little organization. Okay. You build a little organization. And so what you see above is this. Let's say whoever you sponsored organization. Well, I'm going to talk something about tap rooting. Okay. Ta-da! So below this plants, there's a lot of roots. Okay. So we all have somewhere connected, either through the internet or whatever, through our network and social media, whatever, or through our family, society, whatever. So we have connections. So what you see above, this might be your few organizations, but they might have connections currently in the 14 other markets besides United States. So as you tap root, there's different roots. See, as I tap root, there are dust. There are dust that's coming down. So meaning instead of us always, I'm going to replant this. Don't worry. Okay. This plant's in good hands. So anyway, so as you tap root, that's how you're going to expand your network, and not always you yourself going out there and recruiting. When you bring people in, the people that they brought in, that's the root that you can tap in. Now, obviously, if let's say that you brought me in the business and I brought a few other people, so you can, through me, you can work with the other people. Don't skip me and work with other people. So there's etiquette, right? So if I'm totally active, you will want to involve me and work with my team. Because why? It's called show and tell. What you're doing is you're showing me what to do. You say, Kim, let me help you build your business. So the people that I have, you never know. I might have people in all these 14 markets, which I do. So if you have people that might live in, I don't know, in Iowa, in Texas, whatever, they might have friends and colleagues over the years, over their lifetime, develop friendships. Maybe they have in Malaysia, Thailand, whatever. So, but you don't know until we start tapping the root. Excuse me. You tap it with the people who are active. Don't go tap them without telling the people. You want to involve your leadership in tapping root. That way you will never run out of network. This is network marketing. So network, when you work the net, it works. Network. Okay. So you got to work the net. So that way you will never run out of people. All right. Now, so then the next thing I want to talk about before I bring on my guests is something called rank versus dollar. Okay. How we make understanding how when you ring, what triggers a ring in your cash register. Okay. So let's talk about rank and money. Okay. So what happened is when some people, they will go chase the ranks. Okay. The ranks is step one. For me, in all my years of building this business, I never chase rank. I chase what generate revenue. Okay. And so the culture, okay. So when you achieve 3-star, how do you go about and not chase money? It sounds really whatever, but it is what it is. So when you go and build your business, you want to go set some daily goals. Okay. No, I mean, rank is important. So I would say this, I would chase the cycle before I chase the ranks, because the ranks are derived, like the higher up ranks are determined by how many cycles you get. So if you chase cycle, the ranks is automatic. You can get it done easy. Okay. So the rank is easier. So you need to chase a cycle. Why you want to chase a cycle? Cycles are that's the ding, ding, cha-ching, cha-ching. That's in the cash register. The cha-ching sound came from cycles or matches. Okay. So nothing happens without a cycle. So I would chase a cycle. So when you chase the cycles, what do? I would recommend you set some simple daily goals. Okay. So set some daily goals of, let's say that how many cycles you want to have per day, right? So you can have 1 cycle a day, or set a goal. I don't know. So work with your sponsor. Like a cycle a day could be $35 to $45 a day, right? Or if you want to do 2 cycles, there'll be $70 or $90 a day. So if $90 a day and times 30 days, that's about $3,000, right? Or a little thereof. So I don't know what turns you on. To some families, if they have an extra $1,000 or extra $2,000 a month, that's a lot of money to some family. It helps some families, not a lot of money, but it might help some families. So just keep that in mind, setting some daily goals. So now, how do we achieve these cycles in this business? Just like farming the field, it's about exposure. Exposure, how many seeds you sow out there, right? So exposure. We always talk about, in our industry, we call it the 5 M's, right? More meetings means more money. So how do you expose this business? You can meet people over, nowadays, I guess the last couple of years, people are so conditioned, not going out. But now, you know what, guys, take advantage. Just go expose the business, talk to people. So exposure, meaning meeting people for coffee. Just beside doing Zoom, you can meet people over coffee. You can meet people at a coffee shop. You can meet people for a cup of tea, whatever, or do a 3-way call. So these are exposing, talking to people about business. Don't just rely on just Monday night call. I could tell you the teams that are having the traction, the team that are having the momentum and the sales, are the team that are teaching their people to have home meetings. They have one-on-ones at coffee shop. The more of your team out there that are exposing the business, that's how you're going to create the volume. If you only rely on Monday calls or Tuesday calls, it's way too slow. You could do that. There's no harm done. But what I'm trying to say is the more exposure you have out there for the business, the faster your sales will grow. Okay. And so, like I said, coffee meetings, Zoom, home meetings, the more you do and the more your team do, I will recommend at least, have a once a week. Once a week, you should be out there. I remember when I was out there, and I still am out there, you will have meetings with people once a week. Either you do a leadership meeting with your group, or you do like leadership meeting, meaning the team members that you have a little get together, coffee shop, talk about how you can engage in the business, not just Zoom. Just get out of the comfort zone and go out there and gather your group. If let's just say you have some home meeting, you can do some home meeting showcasing the business, or you can have a home meeting going over each other's goals, what you can do to work together. So these are some of the things I would recommend. Now, so having said all that, what I like to do is this, because I like to keep the calls short, and so that at the same time deliver contents. that's usable for everyone. So with that said, what I like to do is I'm going to invite my 3 other farm girls from different parts of the country to open their camera. And so I have some questions for them. And so first we have a cowgirl now. We have Amy Dunlap. Now she's in Florida, and we have Adrienne Ruiz in Texas, and we have Holly DeMont in Iowa right now. Hey, girls! Thank you so much for plugging in today.
Hi,
Hi
Kim. Hi, Kim.
Hey, thank you for being such a good sport and putting on the outfit of your straw hat and cowgirl hat and your overall. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I mean, it's exciting.
Yeah, you know, I got my straw hat over here, so and not as good looking as yours, but and I got an overall, but it didn't arrive. It's gonna arrive at 5:30, too late. But anyway, I tried. So what I'd like to just thank you for tuning in, guys. And I want to ask this question. And you know, you guys are having, I mean, talk about leadership. You guys are all, I mean, I know that Holly usually lives in Arizona, but she's been camping out in Iowa since I was out there last time. So thank you for doing that. And also Amy, she's now in Florida. So I want to ask you guys, I mean, maybe what I could do is I have several questions, and so maybe you all can take turns in answering it. Tornado. Is a tornado going through? So anyway, so let's talk about your daily activities. I want to know real quickly, maybe we'll go around the round table. Let's start with Amy. Amy, what is your daily activities like? So the people, now keep in mind, Amy's been in the industry for a while, and Amy have a very sizable group, but at least we'll put things into context for people. What are some of the activities they should look forward at the beginning stage or medium stage? And now you have a huge group running around the country and the world, Amy. So let's start with Amy. What's your daily activities like?
Well, I think that my activities are always centered around how many opportunity shares am I doing. My activity is always centered around building my pipeline, because if my pipeline is full enough, then then opportunity shies away from need. And so that means that if I have enough people in my pipeline and enough people looking at the business, I'm always in a position of attracting business. So I don't need it, but that pipeline attracts people to me because I think it creates the momentum. So early on, when I was very first starting, or if I'm bringing someone new, I'm looking first of all at I do something called Perfect 7. So I want to get a new enrollment. So if you're new, to get a new person's Perfect 7 in front of me, bring me your 7 best people, whether that's in person or on a Zoom, and let me share the information with them while you listen and watch, so that you can learn how to ask the question, find somebody's why, and then also how to do the slideshow presentation that Samson and Kim created. And so that's the first thing, is really to acclimate a new person so that I can transfer my skill. And so for me, if that's a new person, I'm looking at doing that in their first 14 days. Like, let's come in your first 14 days and get those 7 people in front of you. And then as those people are coming in, then we're looking at booking launch events. So whether those launch events are in home or on Zoom, if a new person comes in, I'm going to do the Perfect 7, then book a launch event with them. And then what's going to happen is just a natural progression of more and more enrollments coming in. So then I'm looking at, okay, well, we just did this launch event, and now we started out with 2 new people, but now we have 10. And so let's onboard those 10 people and bring them through that same process. So for me, every day when I wake up, I'm looking at my whiteboard at who can I share with today, who on my team hasn't done their Perfect 7 that I can help them share, who do I need to book a launch event with, and who do I need to follow up with. So it's very fluid. And then if nobody's moving in my team, nobody's working, which happens from time to time, then I'm looking at how quickly can I get, I'm looking at who can I share with so that I can recreate that momentum and build volumes on my team. So every day is focused on who has heard the opportunity and who do I need to help either follow up on or help someone follow up on.
Awesome. So let me kind of recap.
that is Amy Dunlap. She is our leader. Not sure what happened to Stephen, but anyway, great lady. There's Adrienne Ruiz. She was the other lady. We'll hear from her tomorrow. And that was Kim, just telling you the basics, how to come in. So Amy has a great system. She does a fantastic job. Super lady, working hard, building a fabulous organization, and we're all part of this. So Stephen and myself are, we're involved with Christine Peterson, who's another exceptional lady, and she's been in the industry for many, many years. So look, we can plug you right in. Go to temovement.com, connect with us. We look forward to connecting. As always, you have a fantastic day. I'm glad you stopped by. We're going to have to get Stephen's technology issues worked out. So anyway, it's all good. But again, Ed Drost here, temovement.com. Connect with Stephen Rieker. And we look forward to seeing you again. And thanks for stopping by.